What is going on? It is I, the obscurist tourist, and today I come to you from East Fremont Street, just south of the Fremont Street Experience here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, mighty Sin City. It was about a year ago to the day that I was last here, and on this very road. I took a very early morning walk and explored a bit of Las Vegas when I know the city never sleeps, but it was sleeping at that time, believe me. Anyway, I noticed that there were a lot of abandoned, formerly beautiful Googie motels and hotels on this street, and I just wanted to show you because who knows what's going to happen over the next little while. They're going to become more and more derelict, and at some point they're just going to get torn down, so thought I would document it. Listen, I love Googie hotels and motels, Googie signs, and if you're watching this, you do too. So without further ado, let's show you East Fremont Street here in Las Vegas.
He's known all over the world.
What do you do, man?
Singing the classic hits.
Yeah, where do you sing?
Well, I'm getting ready to go down to the Strip, and I'm going to set up my equipment right there.
Isn't the Strip that way, though?
My car's back there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm tightening up my wig.
Gotcha.
You smell the flavor.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Not too much. Just get my little game edge on.
How's your day going?
Excellent.
Just getting started or what?
No, I've been to work. I went to work on my job at the airport.
Yeah?
Clocked in at 3:30 this morning. Got off at noon. Already had my equipment in the trunk of my car. I always stay ready.
You got to be ready, man.
You got to be ready.
Yeah.
And I got everything professional, the credentials, the resume, and the years.
That's it, man. It's all about the experience. Just spending
the journey.
Spending those years grinding. I've been there, man.
The journey.
Interesting. I was walking up on this and was thinking maybe this isn't abandoned anymore, but as you can see, the windows and doors are all shuttered up in pretty good condition considering that it has been abandoned for a while. I mean, at least a year, because this was in this shape when I was here last year. Just look at how amazing this sign is, though. Even if they do tear down this building, you'd think that they would save this sign at the very least. I don't know, it's so weird because look at how good condition this place still is. So it's hard for me to even think that it's abandoned, but it definitely is. Just odd. And this is a motel that is not so lucky, despite being called the Lucky Motel. Again, well, you can see the smashed in front of where reception is, where the check-in desk is. That is no more. Some smashed glass. And this looks like it was an old swimming pool, covered up. And of course, not as amazing as the last sign, but still pretty cool nonetheless. Another abandoned beauty just about half a block away, and look at this amazing sign here. The Las Vegas Motel. As Googie as it gets. Number 1200 East Fremont. Look at this place. So cool. no visitors allowed after 10 p.m., though I don't think there are any visitors at any times now. Absolutely loving these hot pink breeze blocks. Very 1950s, 1940s. The sign, not as Googie as some of the other ones I've seen on the street, but which is interesting. This looks like this might be a newer motel on the strip, but look at this. It's in exponentially worse condition. Just trashed. The ceiling or the rooftop tilings have all come crashing down onto the parking lot. This is also an insanely Googie sign, but it has suffered the same fate as many of the hotels along this stretch of road as well. So this sign is absolutely amazing. Look at this, the Peter Pan Motel, and unfortunately it too is gone. Interestingly, I just had a guy come up to me on a scooter warning me that this might not be the area for me to be in. So the further south I go, it gets worse and worse. And I told him, I like that. And he said, just be weary of your surroundings. And I always am. And that's probably why a lot of you have been wondering, hey, why isn't he going into any of these motels? Well, I wouldn't dare. Considering the surroundings here, I don't think it would be safe at all for me to go in there. So I'm just observing these from the outside. And yet another abandoned. This has got to be around the 10th, 11th abandoned motel that I've seen on this stretch of road. The Los Gables Court. No vacancy. Although there's plenty of vacancy because there ain't anyone in there at all. Well, maybe there is. And just behind the Los Gables Court, you can see the Peter Pan, some nice palm trees to augment the abandoned vintage motel, reminding you where you are. What I find really cool is that they haven't just boarded these up lazily, all these abandoned places. The windows and doors actually have interesting little designs on them. So, I mean, even though it's a sad reminder that they're closed, there's still some effort being made. And I'm not really sure what motel or hotel this was back in the day because there's no sign. Pretty cool place, though. I wonder if someone will ever buy up these properties and try to restore them. Probably not. I think that they would be torn down before they were restored. I mean, that's just Las Vegas way. Tear down and rebuild something completely new. But I don't think that's going to happen in this area for a very, very long time. The Lucky Lady looks abandoned, but I don't actually think it is. It's getting pretty sketchy around here, so just wanted to give you an overview of this whole area. A whole lot of nothing, kind of a dead zone. That vacant lot over there looks like it once had a hotel on there, torn down. The Seagull Suites. Bugsy Seagull Suites, I guess. Still open. One interesting thing is I have had a lot of people stop me on the street here. A lot of locals, a few homeless people. And I gotta say, super, super friendly. Everyone has been nothing but friendly to me here. So kudos to the locals here in Las Vegas because they've been super accommodating, giving me tips and tricks. Usually I'm the guy giving tips and tricks, but I'm being schooled today, so that's pretty cool. And a hotel right across the street. I'm now walking north back to Fremont Street Experience, showing signs of life over there. That is Ferguson's downtown motel, refurbished, vintage, retro motel. So it is possible to bring these places back to life without tearing them down. The Golden Goose, established 1974. Funny, I always see this statue, and yet I don't know where the Golden Goose actually is, because it's not behind this, and it's certainly not in front of it. Maybe it's just the monument. This is a classic here in Las Vegas, Atomic Liquors. Atomic Liquor Cocktails, that is. Go in, grab a couple drinks on the go, because that's what you do when you're here in Las Vegas. Love that sign. And this parking lot is where the A Motel once stood. The sign still stands mighty tall, but the motel that it denoted is no more. So at least they kept the sign. Listen, sometimes I think the sign is the most important part of these places. And I love the sign within the sign. 99% of my socks are single, and you don't see them crying about it. Hey, that's pretty sage advice. If your parents did not use the word gallivanting, did you really run the streets? That's a pretty solid question. Anyway, that is it for me here on East Fremont Street in Las Vegas, Nevada. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. Sadly, not the kind of tour I want to give, because I want to show you beautiful buildings and not formerly beautiful buildings, because these have become pretty derelict, and it's sad. So listen, I'm paying homage, I'm paying tribute to what was formerly a pretty hoppin' part of Las Vegas and now is pretty run down. Again, like I said earlier on, the next time I'm here, most of these might be torn down and there might just be a shell in the ground, nothing left. So might as well document it while I have the chance. For now, it is Obscurist Tourist saying so long. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. And until our next adventure. See you later. Just a giant fire hydrant statue here on the corner. I have no idea whatsoever what its purpose is, but sometimes it is just better to not question these things and move on. Just accept it for what it is. Giant yellow fire hydrant.